Alright, this is Scotch for Web with a little bit of everything. I'm back. I'm going to do a video on TBI motors. One of my buddies left me one of those things. You know, a lot of people don't know how to really make them run and this, that, and other. If they do, they're basically like in limp mode where you can limp at home. Well, and a way to do away with all that is, you get rid of this distributor and coil and go back to like HEI, whatever the old school coils, distributors, and or you go to points if you want to. But they make an adapter for this. I'll put the picture in a few minutes. But they make an adapter where you can put another carburetor on it, another 2-barrel, and get rid of this fuel injection. I wouldn't have this anyway, because, you know, electronics, you go bad, you got a problem. With the carburetor, all you got to do is, if it gets where it don't want to run or nothing, just take it apart, clean it up, and put it back together, and you get a rebuild kit. It's cheap for a rebuild kit. These I don't know nothing much about, but this plug right here, this one right here, because this one goes straight to your distributor, right here. Alright, well this plug right here, this is your hot wire. This is the only one you need. You take it, if it's in a vehicle or something, you probably do the same thing while I'm doing. But you take it, you put it with your hot cable, right here. And for a lot of people that don't know how to hook up switches or anything, well, all you do is take one plug wires in the way. But this wire right here, that goes to my lazy switch. You take one end, you put it on this. Your wire that goes to your starter, which is your, well, if I get the phone to go over there, the other way plug, which is that terminal right there. Alright, well, this terminal is your battery wire. This is your starter wire. It goes to that terminal right there where my finger is, you see. And then, well, you take the other clip and you stick it to your battery, just like so. And then, you know, you got that. Well, once you do that, you take it and do this. And if I had to, I'll show y'all how to, cause this motor is going in a 64 Buick. I'll show y'all that process whenever I get it hooked up so I can turn it back key. But like I said, I'm switching these over, cause when you switch the carburetor over to old school carburetor instead of fuel injected, you have to switch out your distributor so you can have vacuum advance. Without that, you know, it ain't going to advance on that when you give it gas. But I'll show y'all. I got to put a little gas in it first. Oh yeah, also make sure you cap off any of your vacuums you ain't going to need or nothing. This way it ain't going to suck air that it don't need and it ain't going to run. It'll just backfire out the carburetor. But, and that's all you need. And since these TBI motors, I don't know about all of them, but I know this one. You see, this is where your fuel pump's supposed to go. As you see, well, this ain't made for a fuel pump. So you have to have an electric fuel pump for it. So that's what you have to do. Get an electric fuel pump for whatever vehicle you're going to be putting the motor in. Unless you got one of them tanks you're going to be putting in with the, you know, fuel pump and the gas tank and all that. But I like old school stuff, so I swap it all over. As you can tell, I went with the old school high performance ram heads, and here soon I'll be getting, I got a new carburetor coming in. I'll show y'all that, and I got an adapter I gotta get, and then I'll get a distributor and everything, and I'll show y'all how to do that. And you don't really have to buy shims or shim your starters if your starters ain't done right. cause I shimmed this with just some stuff I had. Like this was stuff that holds your wall looms on. I took 2 of these, as you tell, I cut them off and put it on one side, and then I just got some thin washers and put it on the other side, back in there on the starter. And as you hear and see, it does right. So you can make your own shims if your starter is binding up or anything. But yeah, I thought I'd let y'all know, if y'all got any TBI motors and everything, that's the way to, if you want to know if it's going to run or not. If you get like I did, the motor was out of the vehicle and most of the wiring was gone and all that, and the harness that was left with the engine I just done away with, cause all you need is hot water to make your coil hot, and I showed y'all that. It's this pink water, which is actually supposed to be red, but I guess it faded. Run it down to your cable on your hot post, and then, you know, you don't need this. And I thought you would have. I done another video where I first got this motor running, if y'all want to go back to my profile and look at it. But yeah, that's how you do that. I'm going to try to figure out some of these sensors and stuff, cause like the oil sending unit and water temp, I'm going to try to figure out how to do. I might have to switch them, cause when I put in that Buick, I want to make sure I'm getting good oil pressure. I'm making sure it's staying cool, all that good mess. But yeah, that's the how to do that. And if the motor was in a van with a dipstick, all you do is take the dipstick you're going to use, put it up alongside that tube, and just whack it off. That's what I done. Let me see if I can't find it. As you go back in the other video, you can see, well, that wall stuck on me. This tube was sticking, yeah, it goes like this. Tube was sticking way out here. Well, that had been in the way of everything, and I was afraid my hood might not close, so I went ahead and just took the dipstick. Let me set my phone up actually on my musical stand thing here. That's what I used to do it. Let me switch camera. Well, I guess it ain't gonna let me switch it, so I'll just do this. Because you're going to be using this part anyway. This is the part you're going to need to go down inside the block. Alright. Well, you take out, I'm using this as reference. You take it, the piece that you know goes in the block, you take it and you stick about where that should stick inside the block at. And then you come up so far, and you're going to measure it, and then you're just going to cut it off. You can use a hacksaw. That's what I did. Use a hacksaw, whatever, and it works. So, if you really want to make sure that your dipstick going to be going to where it's supposed to be, so it'll check right, you can do what I did and just have the oil pan off. But yeah, that's how you do that. Because like I said, this motor come out of a 90-something model van, but it's an 86. So I don't know if this motor is original or not. I believe it was switched because the year is the difference. But it's a Canada motor that could have been a Canada van. They could just used whatever they had on the shelf. So, but there you go. Showed y'all how to do that. And stay tuned if you want to know how I do it to put it in my 64 Buick. I'll show you the 64 Buick. There's a 64 Buick for y'all don't know. But go check out the videos if you want. If not, that's fine too. Just hit like, subscribe if you want. You don't have to watch the videos, whatever, but it helps out my channel. I love y'all. Y'all stay safe and sexy out there.